You ever wonder how Simon Miller keeps up with everything that's happening in the world of wrestling? Well, it's hard. Hi, I'm David Francisco. I'm a professional wrestler. In fact, I'm your favorite or soon-to-be favorite professional wrestler. Seriously, check out my stuff. And on my podcast that I recorded while I was live on Twitch, I had Simon Miller where he discussed the process that he goes through every time there's a big pay-per-view and there's news to talk about. And also how cursed it is to have Simon Miller without a beard. I'll let you listen to it. And hey, if you want to join me live on Twitch, I'll be live every Monday and Thursday, sometimes with guests and sometimes with other stuff that you can see here on my second channel. Thank you so much for the bits, guys. Billy and Skinner, thank you for the bits. And Skinner Xy and Skinner, how you doing, buddy? He says that beardless Simon Miller is cursed.
Yeah, look, I agree with that 100%. This was not an intentional thing. This was I've shaved too much of my beard off and now I've got to take it all off. Don't worry, I'll be back in 2 days and it will never go until I make this mistake again, which I do a lot. I just like a giant egg when I shave my beard off.
How do you shave your beard too much? I don't understand that.
I don't know. I don't have an answer to answer that question. I think what happens is that I shave during times when I'm exhausted, and not exhausted, but I'm tired and blurry-eyed, and then I'm like, oh, I've got the thing on the wrong number, and so therefore I shave. I
was
going to
ask you that.
No.
I'm sure you shaved this morning after staying up all night for Elimination Chamber, right?
There you go. You see, that's literally exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened, and I wasn't paying attention because I was tired and like, you know, pumped up about The Miz becoming the WWE champion, and then I shaved my beard off by accident. I was like, shit, that's not good at all. But
I remember we were trying to arrange this for the day after the Rumble, or the first date that I suggested was the day after the Rumble, and that actually didn't work for you because you got stuff to do after a pay-per-view, and now here we are the day after Elimination Chamber. First of all, is it not as bad because it was the Rumble, so it's fine? And second of all, like, what's your day like the day after a pay-per-view when it comes to all the content that you create?
Yeah, so the Rumble, I mean, I say the Big Four, it's not true. The Survivor Series doesn't really, it's kind of there, but it's kind of not there. So, yeah, after the Royal Rumble, because you don't know who's going to win, you don't know who the surprise is going to be, you could easily be making 3-4 videos, depending on what there is to talk about. Whereas, actually, the Elimination Chamber was far more eventful than I thought it was going to be. But there's just a general lesser interest in a pay-per-view like Elimination Chamber. But mostly, yeah, you watch it, and then you sort of made notes and you turn it into a script, and then you have to go through that script, and then sometimes you read something, you're like, that doesn't sound right. So then you have to go back through the recording and be like, did I just make up something that's happened? Because like some people say to me, like, I've said this before, and they say, well, why don't you just go and read somebody else's report? I'm like, well, they may have got it wrong as well. And it's like, you have to actually see it with your eyes to make sure that it's the case. So, yeah, I mean, Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, like WrestleMania is in like 6 weeks or whatever. That would just, that whole weekend, because it's 2 nights, I won't do anything. I'll just prep myself to get in no sleep WrestleMania mode. But yeah, that's pretty much what you do. You wake up. I know I've got to do the ups and downs, so I do that, and then go back and forth with what culture, discuss what else we want to do, and then yeah, just go, and then by around about 5 o'clock, you're just exhausted. Like, I need to lay down. Not that I'm complaining, it's a pretty good job to have.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, the Royal Rumble. Yeah, so like Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, usually quite big. And then you get the odd pay-per-view that, oddly, I mean, I know they're controversial. The Saudi Arabia shows were always there was always more around that than I thought. And I think that's because people won't watch them for obvious reasons, but they still want to know what's happening. So
and it's also the caliber of matches and people that wrestle on those shows as well. Like the casual, there's the subscription. Ben, thank you so much, man. Ben has been subscribing for 3 months. Ben is the first person that ever subscribed to my Twitch channel. I appreciate you being there. Welcome to the stream. I got Simon Miller here today. And we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to watch some wrestling. Looking forward to it. How cool is my new layout, Ben? Nice and clean compared to what it was before. I need to send you, Simon, like some screenshots of what he looked like before, so you can see the mess that he was before and how much nicer and cleaner it looks now, which is really cool.
That's good though, man. You got to evolve on these things. You got to go, and then soon you'll have one of those crazy ones where there's like 7 million things going on at once, and I'll watch it, but I have no idea what's going on. I don't understand.
I was saying that, like, with the Saudi Arabia ones, I feel like the more casual fan, the kind of person that's gonna watch like the What Culture wrestling videos online is gonna be interested in those shows more than, you know, something that isn't there. I'd say.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh yeah, because they got, you know, like, I mean, you go through all of them. Undertaker's on them, Shawn Michaels is on them, Triple H is on them, you know, Goldberg's on them. All these guys that people, you know, whether we like them or not as hardcore fans, yeah, they get casual fans really interested. And if you can drop them in a thumbnail on YouTube, people are going to be like, man, I want to watch that. So yeah, no, it just surprised me. I remember the first one long before we were all trapped in our houses, and I was at a movie or I went to something live because I was in the O2. Why the hell was I there? I can't remember, doing something. And it went live, and I remember I looked at my phone, and it just blew up. And I was like, oh, wow. I didn't realize there was so much interest in these shows. But yeah, you're right. The intrigue is always high, which is why, again, yeah, WrestleMania and Rumble are always pretty crazy because, yeah, there's just...
And I guess it's part of your job, like you staying up for WrestleMania, for example. But it's like, was it hard to do the 2-day WrestleMania last year?
I mean, it kind of wasn't. It wasn't because it was so fascinating, right? All those early performance center shows, I was just mesmerized with because it was like watching wrestling from a different planet. I think
it's like watching wrestling at the wrestling school, isn't it? But like the best wrestlers in the world wrestling at the wrestling school.
Yeah, which
it's like when you come early to, like, you have a 3:00 class and you arrive at 2:50 and there's freaking Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins throwing themselves off the WrestleMania sign that was put in the back wall of the school, and you just get to watch that before you learn how to roll.
Yeah, it was so bizarre. So I think that kind of made it more interesting, but. Yeah, the thing is, I'm still a massive geek at heart, right? So WrestleMania, I still get massively excited for that. So, you know, it's not, you're tired, but again, I always say this, like, what a stupid job I have. And if you had told me this when I was a kid, that I'm going to get to grow up and review wrestling and somebody was going to pay me, I would have, you know, bitten your arm off. So yeah, it's never tough to do. I mean, sometimes it is because, you know, work is work, but ultimately it's, you know, because the cool thing about it is you want to talk about wrestling like last night when The Miz won his belt, you want to talk to people about it. And the fact that I get to stand in front of a camera and just rant and rave and people actually give a crap is, yeah, it's pretty good. I appreciate being able to have that platform.
It's good that you do, and I know a lot of, like, I'm gonna call them casual fans. So people that know that I do wrestling from, like, other aspects outside of wrestling of my life. And they, like, will go to, like, see me at a live show or something. And there's a considerable good number of them who know Simon Miller is because they see your videos, because they probably get, like, pop up on YouTube and get recommended from it. I'm like, oh yeah, Simon, yeah, I got, like, his number. Do you want me to say anything? I know she's like, no, please don't. It's just I use your name as a name that I, like, throw around, as you can see, and,
Dude,
and it's really cool.